Okay, so this is the Akashic Wednesday Wisdom Live or replay, depending on when you're watching. So you're all very welcome. So this is your weekly practice where you can connect with your own Akashic records and really practice using this amazing cosmic realm that we all have the ability to connect to. And the Akashic records, for those that are perhaps new to my page and new to my channel, they are a fifth dimensional cosmic realm which hold lots of energy, lots of information. So it's an energetic database which we tend to visualize because it's the most easiest as a library, with each book being a lifetime that you've had in the past, whether that be here or elsewhere. And so all of the information, every choice, consequence, memory, story, thought, feeling that you've ever had or experienced is recorded in the Akashic records. And so we can connect with this amazing realm to get information, to heal patterns or programming or beliefs that are holding us back. We can also use the Akashic records to get guidance and insights around our soul's journey, but also we can install success anchors, which is a thing that I like to do to really influence and help support on soul alignment and choices and taking action with the intentions that we set. So today I was guided to do some more inner child work, and inner child is an aspect of ourselves. And we do have kind of different phases of our inner child. We can have our, I guess even inner toddler, but then we've got the inner child, and then we've got like the inner adolescent, the kind of inner teenager. So we can kind of take it through phases of these different aspects of us. And when we work with the inner child, obviously it's connected with the subconscious, and the inner child can really present us with unresolved limiting beliefs, patterns, wounds, trauma, and it can be quite detrimental to to our experience in terms of how we have our relationships, how we treat ourselves, how we our confidence and our self-esteem. It can all be very much affected and governed by some of the inner child wounds and trauma that we have. So doing this kind of work really just helps support you with your alignment, your soul alignment, and understanding more about aspects of yourself that perhaps you have repressed for a long time. So working with inner child allows us to release repressed limiting beliefs and emotions, recognize where our needs were unmet by our parents, our caregivers. It helps us to solve unhelpful patterns and also identify creativity. And it also improves self-care and self-love. So that's the benefits of using and working with the inner child, and going perhaps into places that you don't want to go to, but there will be a time and a place where it would be beneficial for us to do that. So today I wanted to create this just so whenever the need is there and you feel that you need to do a bit more inner child work, then listening to something like this just really helps. Firstly, build a connection with your inner child, because when I first started doing inner child work, my inner child wouldn't speak to me for a while, even though I kept trying to connect through meditation. She wasn't having any of it because I'd ignored her for so long. So it took a while for me to gain her trust. And then eventually she was welcoming, and we have a much better connection now. But yeah, at first I had to be persistent and just keep showing up and extending the olive branch when I could. And I did have that breakthrough, so it was great. And then once that breakthrough came, I discovered actually quite a lot of stuff that I'd completely blocked out of my teenage years, because it was traumatic. And so it was only through working my inner child that I was able to actually dig all of that out and start healing it and dealing with it. So it's really beneficial working with your inner child. And what I would say is that for me personally, it wasn't painful going back and reliving some of the stuff that I needed to look at. And I think no, that is one of the things that we can be quite reluctant about, is because we feel that the pain is going to be the same or even greater, and that's why we suppress things, because we just don't want to go back there, because it was painful, but it wasn't for me. So hopefully that gives some of you just a little bit of hope that actually going back and looking at these things, we're very different people to when we were back, whenever these things happen, and we have a different view on the world. We have a lot of experience and resilience under our belt now, and we can look at things with a little bit more detachment. So yeah, just giving you that advice, just in case there is certain things that you are really putting off, and I would say gently, baby steps is a good way to go, because the rewards of looking at our stuff is far greater. Okay, and if you feel that you would need a trained professional to do that, then I absolutely do encourage you to do that and seek those people out. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to go into our Akashic Records and we're going to connect with your inner child. So what we're doing today is we're looking at fears around and feelings of being unworthy, low self-worth, not being good enough. And so there's quite a few times through our childhood where we have come against that, and we're kind of doing things to kind of please others and to get approval and get that well done. And sometimes it just doesn't happen, or we do something that we think that's going to bring praise and that kind of pat on the back, and it gets a completely different reaction. And so we can come away quite hurt and crestfallen. And then if that kind of happens a few times, then we can start to really feel like we're not good enough. So I want you to think, and if there isn't anything that comes to your mind, then that's absolutely fine, because whatever we do, there will be some healing that goes on anyway, whether you're conscious or not of it. But if there is something in particular that just comes to your mind that you think, oh yeah, that really, I didn't feel very good. I did kind of feel like I wasn't good enough in that situation, that I'd really let somebody down. Or there might have been, you got told off, perhaps unfairly, or it was just a little bit too much, or even if it was you know, correct, you still might have come away with feelings of not being good enough. So I want you to just see if there's anything in particular that comes to your mind, in particular from childhood or teenage years. And as I say, if there isn't anything, that's absolutely perfect. But if there is, bring it to your conscious now, because we're going to take that into the Akashic Records. But we'll bring anything else that's ready to come forward as well, that you may not even be aware of. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect. So I always like to, if possible, place your hands up to the ceiling, because what we're doing is putting ourselves in a very open and receptive state. And then what I'm going to do is going to get you to close your eyes and just give yourself permission now, just for about 10 minutes, just to relax. And this is a form of self-care, this is a worthy activity, just actually doing this connection. So you can just let your ego know that, we don't have to always be doing. We are doing, but we're doing it in a different way here. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath in. And what you're doing is you're breathing in back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, just allow your shoulders to relax. Really bring your attention to the shoulders and intentionally allow them to drop. Start to feel your body soften in the chair, starting to become heavier as you become more and more relaxed. And then take another deep breath in. And again, you're calling back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, just allow anything to be released. Anything that's not serving you, any non-beneficial energies, anything in the auric field, any lower astral energy. We're now asking for this to all be released from your whole body system. And Mother Earth will gladly take that energy and recycle it elsewhere. And then one more time, I want you to take a deep breath in. And this time, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in the most gorgeous golden light. So take that deep, 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 big breath in. And with that golden light, for the last time, we are calling back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, I want you to imagine that that golden energy is expanding through the body, through the physical body, reaching every part, every limb, through all of your bones, through the blood, all your organs. Every aspect of your physical being is turning to gold. And within this golden light, it holds the codes of relaxation, of peace, serenity, and calmness, so that your body will continue to relax through this meditation. Now I want you to bring your attention to your heart space and then imagine that as a pink ball of light. And I want you to push that pink ball of light using your imagination, or have a sense of knowing or feeling that you are pushing that pink ball of light through the stomach, down through the sex organs, down through the legs, down through the feet, taking it through your Earth Star chakra. As we take that pink ball of light through the Earth Star chakra, we are activating that aspect of you. And that just allows you to feel even more grounded, even more connected to the earth, to the planet. Pushing that pink ball of light further down into the earth now, through the soil, and all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth. And the heart of Mother Earth is represented by a beautiful, large crystal. Just imagine what kind of crystal, color, type that you can visualize, sense, see, or just know that is there. Push your pink ball of light into that crystal. And you'll notice your pink ball of light is starting to absorb the crystalline energy of the heart of Mother Earth. As you make that connection, you become even more present, grounded, and earthed and connected. Start to draw your pink ball of energy now back out of that large crystal. And you'll notice that there are still aspects of Mother Earth held within that pink sphere of light. This allows you to remain tethered to the earth whilst we connect with your Akashic records. Bring that pink ball of light back through the earth, back through the soil, back through your Earth Star chakra, back into the feet, back up through the legs. And we're going to just take it through the chakras. So taking it through the root chakra at the base of the spine, through the sex organs and through the sacral chakra, up through the navel chakra below your belly button, and then higher through your solar plexus above. Bringing it back up to the heart. Just allow your heart to expand even further in the chest as you open that space. Bringing that pink ball of light now up to the shoulders, and the energy will fall down all the way to the hands as your palm chakras are activated. Bringing the energy now through the throat, up, and then to the back of the head. I want you to take this pink ball of light to the top of the neck and the base of the skull. And here we're going to take it through the Altar Major chakra. This is an aspect, your feminine aspect of your third eye, of your intuition. Taking it now through the pineal and pituitary gland, which is in the middle of the head. And then take that pink ball of light to the third eye, the point between your eyebrows. And this is the masculine aspect of your third eye and your intuition. Take the ball of light now round to the sides of the ears, into the ears and through the eardrums and the ear chakras. And then up to the top of the head, to the crown. And allow that pink ball of light now to burst through the top of the head. And it will connect with your etheric chakras. So you've got your causal chakra at the back of the head, 3 to 4 inches. And then take it above your head to your soul star chakra, taking it through the universal chakra, which is higher again. And then your stellar gateway right at the top, which is about 1.5 meters above your head. So all of your known and unknown chakras have been lit. And we're going to take that pink ball of light now further up into the sky. So taking it through the room, up through the roof of your home, up into the sky, taking it higher and higher through the clouds, up into the dark, starry night, past all of the planets, higher and higher, through all of the different universes, higher and higher, taking it through the different dimensions. And we're taking that pink ball of light to that large golden sun, our spiritual sun, Helios, and our connection to the divine source. To take that pink ball of light and plunge it into that golden sun. And again, just feel the connection with divine source. And then when you feel that you're connected and you can feel that warm glow of love, pull your pink ball of light back out of that sun and start to bring it back down towards your home, taking it through the roof of the home, through the ceiling of the room that you're in, back through the etheric chakras, back into your crown, and back down towards the heart. And within that pink ball of light, there is the connection to divine source energy. So you're connected above and below. And we're now going to just call in the 6 archangels that I work with to hold you in an angelic sphere of light. So can I please call in Archangel Michael, who stands behind you, Archangel Gabriel to your left, Archangel Uriel in front, and Archangel Raphael to your right. Can we have Archangel Sandalphon, please, to hold the space below our feet? And Archangel Metatron, please take your space above our heads. So you're now held safely by these 6 archangels. And lastly, what we're going to do is invite your spiritual support team, beings of 100% pure love and light, to step into your space and hold your energy. So start to feel any beings of light, sense, see them, or just know that they're there. And they will be here to personally support you as you connect with your cosmic library. So we're now going to just invite your ego to step away from your physical body. So imagine that there's an energy or a figure or even a colour that's just moving away And your ego has a smile on their face because they know that they will be back soon enough. We're going to invite your ego to leave the room. So they start to head towards the door. They open the door and step out, shutting the door gently behind them. So now you know any guidance or information that comes through will be coming from your guides, so your higher self, and not your subconscious or your human mind. So now I want you to start to imagine, sense, feel, or just know that there's a purple portal of light that's starting to grow bigger at the third eye. As your third eye starts to get activated, you may start to feel a pulsation, a pressure. You may not feel anything at all, and that is also perfect. Just know that you can encounter and experience your Akashic records in so many different ways. There is no right way for this process. That purple portal of light is getting bigger and bigger, and it gets so big that you can step through. And you find yourself in a corridor, and this corridor leads you to your Akashic records. I want you to start to walk down the corridor. And as you walk down the corridor, you're going to start to open up your senses even more, to start to hear your footsteps on the floor, and perhaps identify what the floor is made from. Start to visualize your corridor or use your imagination. Start to place your hands upon the walls as you walk, feeling the surface and the textures beneath your fingertips as you walk towards the large door. Notice if there are any smells or any sounds as you walk towards that door. Perhaps scented candles, flowers, maybe the smell of wood, or even old books. Once you get to the door, I want you to look for your details, your full name, your date of birth and place of birth. Once you can sense, see, feel, or just know that those details are there, then I'd like you to place your hand on the door handle, open the door, and step into your Akashic records. And allow the door to gently shut behind you. Taking a few more steps in, I just want you to pause and look around your Akashic records. And just notice the size, the space, what it feels like to be in this wonderful realm. Is it filled with many books? Or are there just a few? However your Akashic Records presents itself today is perfect, and just know that it can change every time that you come. Taking a few more steps forward, you'll notice that there's a long, large table. And there, as you walk toward your table, you'll notice that there's a large book. This book is your present lifetime book. Pulling it towards you, you'll notice that there is already words, pictures, illustrations, perhaps photographs, all recording everything that you've done so far today. And it will continue to be recorded and updated with everything that you do. We're now going to invite your Akashic Record keepers and your guides to step into this space, to start to feel an energy to the left-hand side of you. As your guides appear, you want to turn around and notice how many guides there are, and introduce yourself if they feel new, or welcome them if they are your regular guides. Give them a hug, say hello. Your guides are smiling because they're always delighted when you make time to connect in with your Akashic records. And just notice all around you, all of those books, all of that wisdom and insight and mastery held within the pages, each book representing a lifetime that perhaps you've forgotten, but have access to learn more about yourself. Your guides know that today we're looking at the present life and we're looking to connect with your inner child. Your guides know the importance of this work. And so for today, we're going to call in a special support that's going to help with any healing, whether it's be known or unknown, that your inner child is still holding on to. And you'll notice as I call in this special guide, which is actually a healing dragon. This dragon is called Healing, the Healing Heart Dragon. And they are specifically used and invited in to do deep, deep healing. So start to see a dragon walking towards you and notice what kind of dragon, what colour, whether you get a sense that this dragon is male or female. This dragon is very, very gentle. And you can feel the love emanating from this beautiful divine being. And the divine dragon heart starts to walk gently around you, circling your energy, almost discerning what needs to be healed. So if you've got a conscious event, memory, belief that you feel is ready to be released, any particular trauma or wound that you're still carrying, I want you to bring it to the fore, bring it to your conscious mind. And then we're also going to invite any subconscious blocks, inner child blocks, to the mind also. And so as the dragon walks around your body, looking, they can start to see, start to spot what needs to be released. But before we do any release work, we need to call in that younger you. And so now we're going to invite your inner child. And your inner child presents itself from underneath the wing of Dragonheart. Dragonheart actually brought in your inner child with them. And your inner child stands before you. And just notice what the age of your inner child is, because this will indicate what needs to be healed or the time frame. And then smiling at your inner child, ask them to step forward and see if they are ready to connect with you. I would invite you to perhaps crouch down if it's appropriate, so that you're on the same level as your inner child. And just notice if your inner child wants to step forward and connect, perhaps hug you, or do they seem a little bit reluctant? If they're not making any moves forward, then that's okay. We can still do the healing. we can still activate love and forgiveness. But just know that you can come back to this meditation at any time to work on this connection if it's required. But if your inner child has stepped forward, then give them a big hug, hold them close, and just feel what it's like to embrace that younger aspect of yourself. And it might be that your inner child feels like it's not had a hug for so long. So there may be a few tears. It might feel emotional. It might be filled with joy. Either way, all is perfect. Just hold your inner child if it's possible. And if your inner child is standing a little bit away, then just send them love and just tell them that you love them and that perhaps you're sorry that you've not connected sooner. And that will help to dissolve some of that barrier and resistance and reluctance that is there at this time. So, with both you and your inner child in this space, either together or maybe just slightly apart, Dragon Heart now wants to start to walk around the both of you and bringing any wounds, any trauma to the fore, to the mind. Dragon Heart starts to create a circle of light, a pink, beautiful, healing light as they walk around your bodies. And this pink, beautiful light is starting to grow brighter and brighter. And Dragon Heart is starting to walk quicker and quicker. And eventually, Dragon Heart starts to fly around the both of you within your Akashic records, creating this healing pink sphere of light that you are now being held within. All of the blocks, all of the wounds, all of the trauma that are linked with low self-worth, not feeling good enough, fears about not being good enough, beliefs, programming. We invite all of those blocks now to appear as pages all around you. Notice these pages starting to fly all around your body. And perhaps get an idea of how many pages there are, because each one represents a block that is ready to be released, a wound, a judgment, a pain within the heart. Each page represents a time that this has happened. And in that pink, beautiful light, Dragon Heart is starting to dissolve those pages. And those pages are being dissolved because they are being released from your auric field. They are being changed within the Akashic records, and the healing is happening. It's being released. Any knowledge, wisdom, learnings will remain intact in the Akashic records. But the blocks and the restrictions, those wounds, are all melting within that pink light. The pages will be returned to each book, part of that book, your present lifetime book, but without the hurt and the harm. Start to notice that the pink light is starting to disappear. And as the pink light starts to disappear, the dragon starts to come back down to the floor. Just notice how that connection with the inner child feels now. Do you feel closer? Have you noticed that your inner child has walked closer to you? You may have even feel that you and your inner child have merged as one. Dragon heart comes to a stop. I just want you to feel how you are within your body now, and within those events or incidents or whatever it was that you perhaps brought into the Akashic Records. How do you feel about them now? Do they feel more resolved, less hurtful? Are you able to offer forgiveness to yourself or perhaps another? If that's a possibility, then I offer you the opportunity to do that now and just speak out loud who you would like to offer forgiveness to, and that could be yourself. And once you've done that, Dragon Heart starts to disappear because their work is done for today. Thanking Dragon Heart for supporting us with this healing. They completely go. And before we say goodbye to your inner child has a message of guidance that will help you to continue perhaps this connection or further healing that might be needed. Or it might be just a general message to support you. So your inner child steps closer to your ear and whispers a message. And take that message, whether it's conscious or not, and we capture that message into your present lifetime records and book. And if you didn't quite hear what that message was, then just know that it will make itself known over the next couple of days. But saying goodbye now to your inner child, give them a big hug if that's available. And then your inner child starts to disappear. And you know it then becomes an aspect of you. You feel that integration and that connection. So looking at your present lifetime book on the table, you'll notice that all of that healing has already been recorded with the dragon, with your inner child, and releasing those aspects of not being good enough. This will support you with having more confidence, higher self-esteem, and an improved self-belief moving forward. And continue to connect with your inner child because they can really support you. Saying goodbye to your Akashic Record guides and keepers. Start to head towards the door of your Akashic Records. Once you get to the door, take one more look around. And then when you're ready, open the door and step into the corridor. Allow the door to shut behind you. And out loud or in your mind, I want you to say, I now close my Akashic Records. Start to head towards the purple portal of light. And then when you get to the purple portal of light, I want you to step through it and start to open your eyes and start to bring yourself back into the room. Start to rub your thighs and start to ground that healing and those messages. And then as you come round, if you want to share a little bit about how that journey was for you and what you how you saw your dragon, whether your inner child connected with you, if there was anything conscious that you took in there, then if you feel ready to share, then please do that in the comments. If not, then that's absolutely fine, or you can reach out to me privately. That's also good. But I would say that it's definitely a worthwhile activity to have that regular check-in with your inner child, especially if it's not something that you've done very often or at all, because it really does help. It does really help appreciate all aspects of yourself. It's a little bit like shadow work as well. So it's just these aspects of us that we've never really worked with perhaps before, and it's it gets to a time where it is a good time to start doing this type of stuff. So you can find that there is quite a lot of inner child stuff out on YouTube, and there's like journal prompts and all sorts of things that you can kind of go a little bit deeper with. But it does really help with kind of understanding perhaps things that you're suppressing, programming, all sorts of like limiting things that we still kind of buy into, or we respond or we react in a certain way, and there can be an inner child connection there. So it's really worthwhile work to do. Okay, so do let me know how you found that. I'm going to end this recording, and I will see you next week for the Wednesday wisdom in 7 days. Okay, have a great day. Bye.